So, how do you take a spiritual science that's like 15,000 years old and make it relevant for us, today? I mean, sure, you could write a book, maybe make a documentary, or you could do something absolutely epic. You could forge it in 500 tons of solid steel. And that, right there, is the incredible story of Adiyogi. It's where this ancient philosophy becomes a modern marvel. Let's get into it.
And when I say marvel, I'm not kidding. This thing is literally a Guinness World Record holder for the largest bust sculpture on the entire planet. Just to give you a sense of scale, we're talking 112 feet tall. That's massive, and it's made from 500 tons of steel. I mean, it is an icon that you can't ignore it.
Okay, but you don't build something this massive just to get into a record book, right? It has to mean something. It has to represent someone. So that's the real question we need to answer. Who, or maybe what, is Adiyogi? To figure that out, we've got to go back in time, and I mean way back.
All right, Section 1, the first yogi. We're going to trace the origins of yoga right back to its source. See, to really get Adiyogi, you first have to understand where yoga itself comes from, and who was the very first person to ever practice it, the first yogi.
You know, a lot of people today think of yoga as like a trendy workout you do at the gym, but its roots, they go so much deeper. We're talking about evidence of yogic figures popping up nearly 5,000 years ago in the Indus Valley civilization. It's even mentioned in ancient texts like the Rig Veda. And then, around 500 BC, a sage named Patanjali kind of organized it all in the Yoga Sutras. So yeah, this is a practice with some serious history.
And here's a really cool piece of that history. This is the famous Pashupati seal. It was found in the ruins of Mohenjo-Daro. Now, if you look really closely at that figure in the center, see how he's sitting? That's a classic yogic posture. A lot of experts believe this is an early depiction of Shiva, which suggests that the whole idea of yoga was around long before anyone even wrote it down.
And that figure, well, that's Adiyogi. The name literally means the first yogi. Now, this is Shiva, but it's important to understand we're not talking about a religious god here. We're talking about Shiva as the original teacher, the first guru, the one who first figured out and shared the science of yoga. The story goes that over 15,000 years ago, up in the Himalayas, he reached a state of absolute enlightenment and basically started mapping out the entire inner world of human consciousness. There's this beautiful old yogic saying that just nails it: Shiv Yoga Shivo Jnanam. It basically means that Shiva isn't just some guy who teaches yoga, he is yoga. He's the living, breathing embodiment of the whole science, of all the knowledge. He's the beginning and the end of the path. So, okay, if he's the source, what did he actually offer humanity? Well, let's get one thing straight. It wasn't just a few stretching exercises. No way. It was a complete science for human liberation. Yeah, the yoga that Adiyogi passed down it's a completely different universe from what you'd find in a typical yoga studio. He offered a profound inner science. Think of it like a technology for self-transformation. The whole point wasn't just about getting a flexible body. It was about giving every single human being the tools they need to break through their own limits and, reach their absolute highest potential.
And get this, he was super systematic about it. He didn't just say, here's the one way to do it. Nope. He laid out 112 different ways for a person to achieve what's called moksha, or ultimate liberation. And these weren't just beliefs you had to follow. They were practical, experiential methods, using your body, your breath, your mind, your energy. Literally every possible doorway to the ultimate was explored. Now, hang on to that number, 112. It's super important, and you'll see why in a bit.
So, what did he do with this incredible knowledge? He didn't just keep it to himself. He passed it on to his first 7 disciples, who are known as the Saptarishis. Now, to make this huge science a little more manageable, he gave each of them 16 of those 112 methods, and then he sent them out to different parts of the world with one mission: to share this science for inner well-being with everyone. Okay, now, let's hit the fast-forward button. We're going to jump ahead about 15,000 years to see how all of that ancient wisdom got transformed into the incredible landmark that exists today. So, you really have a then and a now situation here. Then was the ancient concept, Adiyogi as the first teacher, the source of everything from Hatha Yoga to pure consciousness itself. And now is its modern icon, a giant 112-foot steel statue in Coimbatore, India, that was opened in 2017 and has since become a destination for millions of seekers from all over the world. It's like a physical body for a timeless spirit.
And that brings us right back to the statue itself, and that number I told you to remember. Why is it exactly 112 feet tall? Well, it's not random at all. That height is a direct physical symbol of those 112 ways to liberation that Adiyogi taught. It's a brilliant piece of symbolism. Every part of it, from its perfect geometry to its sheer scale, is designed to make this ancient science feel real, accessible, and to inspire anyone who looks at it to think about their own inner well-being.
Sadhguru, who's the visionary behind this modern Adiyogi statue, put its purpose in really powerful terms. He said, Adiyogi is here to liberate you from disease, discomfort, and poverty. Above all, from the very process of life and death. I mean, that's a pretty bold claim, right? It speaks volumes about the kind of potential this icon is meant to spark in people.
So let's strip away all the history, the engineering, the world records for a second. What's the fundamental message here? What's the one takeaway from Adiyogi's science that matters for us, right here and right now?
It's actually incredibly simple, but at the same time, totally revolutionary. The core teaching is this: the source of your happiness, and also the source of your suffering, it's not out there. It's within you. That means the only real way to change your life, to find freedom, isn't to try and fix everything on the outside. It's to turn your attention inward.
You can boil down this entire vast philosophy into one simple, powerful phrase. Adiyogi's fundamental message is just this: in is the only way out.
So, that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. If an ancient, profound truth can be captured and cast in 500 tons of steel for the whole world to see, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What kind of inner potential is just waiting to be unlocked inside of you?